Hey everyone, guess what day it is? That's right, it's Mortgage Tip Tuesday with It's Your Girl, hashtag JLoan. And you know what happens on Tuesday, right? Another Tuesday, another tip. I am here to help you this week. And my topic this week is I often hear from clients that that late payment was a mistake or it was overlooked and it was set up and I don't really know what happened. So I'm going to give you a little bit of advice on how to reduce ways of having negative reporting on your credit report. Now, my number one tip, most people won't like it, but I highly advise it. And the number one thing that I do personally, so I'm not giving you advice that I don't use myself, is my life is busy. I have kids and sports and I work full time. I'm married. I have responsibilities. And if I want to make sure my bills are paid on time, I set them up on auto draft. And that's just the reality. They come out every month. The minimum payment comes out every month on time. And if I want to make extra payments, then I can do that on my own. So my number one thing is set your bills on auto pay. Even if you create a whole separate account just for that, so that you don't have to give away all your financial information. I know that sometimes people have a problem with that, but it's the number one thing that has kept me from having any negative reporting. So auto pay is super, super important. Now, if you do if you do pay your bills by mail, there's nothing wrong with that, but you also want to make sure that you're giving yourself enough time to get those bills received by the due date. We all know mail isn't 100% accurate. Last year with COVID and even now, they're extremely behind. So give yourself time so that you do not get a late payment. The next one is, even though you're allowed on most of your bills a grace period, try not to use that grace period unless you really need that grace period. But if you don't and your bills are due on the 1st, then make sure that you pay them on the 1st, okay? Another thing is COVID made us all realize that in the blink of an eye, you could lose income, you could lose hours, you could lose the financial stability that your household needs. So at some point, I would advise that you try to create a safety net. And whether that's $25 a pay stub for you or $700 a pay stub for you, really try to and have it automatically set up. I set mine that my payroll department sends it to a totally different account that is not linked to where I pay my bills from. So start small and you'll be surprised at where that would go. Now, next, co-signing. Everyone knows I'm not a big fan of co-signing. I am a big fan of being helpful and being a blessing to other people. And sometimes that may lead people to believe, well, I was their only resource. And so I had to help them co-sign. If you're going to do that, I would really recommend that you be the one responsible to make the payment, because most of the time you don't find out until it's too late because you're trusting the other party. So for tracking purposes for them and for you is that you want them to make sure that they're writing you a check for the amount that's due, so that if you need to exclude an installment debt on a loan, you have the tracking that they have paid that debt on their own. Okay, so the next one is divorce. It's one of the I don't want to give it a number, but it's a big reason for negative accounts. And so if you have joint accounts and they don't get closed and then one party's responsible, I really think that if you're going through a divorce, try to get those accounts closed out or at least put into one person's name. My next one is, if you do have a late payment and you've had an established history with this credit card, not a new one or not a new installment debt. But if you've had an established history for 12 months or longer, most companies will give you a one-time grace removal of a late. So just call them, tell them what happened, and I'm not going to tell you what to say, but you don't want to say, I just forgot. That just doesn't seem responsible. But if you have a valid reason, call them and tell them, show them, I've paid perfectly for this time. Can you please remove this? This is going to ruin my chances of getting my new home or getting something for my family. And just make sure that they know, get that one-time courtesy, then set it up on automatic withdrawal so that you don't have this problem again. Now, the last thing I'm going to advise, now I'm not going to advise you to ever be late on anything, but if you had to be late and circumstances, you have to pick and choose, which bills am I going to not pay right now? Choose the bills that don't report. You don't want to choose your credit cards and your auto payments and your student loans. Choose the ones that they will report eventually, but not right away. And those are kind of like your utility bills or your phone bills. I'm not telling you not to have no power, but you can have a slight grace period that if you know you need 5 more days or that you can get the money, choose the one that isn't going to report right away. Because once you have late payments and collections and they don't come off, the only thing that will heal that on your credit report is time away from delinquencies. So any lates in the past 12 months, detrimental to killing your credit score. And then they go all the way back to 24 months. Again, it hurts you, but the further away you get from that, your score starts to recover. So again, if I have helped you, then share this video. People need to know this information. And again, I want you to buy a home. I want you to be able to refinance your home. I want you to do whatever it is that you want to do that's in your mind for your dreams, for your future, and most importantly, financial security. So don't forget, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube page. And if I can help you with anything, please reach out, inbox me if you have any questions. I'm always happy to help. It's your girl, #JLoan. Until next Tuesday, have a safe, be blessed, and have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.